Okay, so I think I am live. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. So I've got 35 minutes before we lock into Grand Arena. This is going to be my first season in Kyber. So, in truth, I'm not prepared for it at all. But this is what I did since my last account update. Is I've upgraded and unlocked all of these characters here, and I mean, no one of these characters is quite enough to really give me real threats on more teams, but with these characters I should be able to at least have teams to fill out. So I also crossed the 5 million galactic power threshold, which is kind of nice. Obviously the biggest things to point out is Mundi and Iden Versio. I pushed Boba Fett to Relic as well. That's part of the Executor journey. I'll eventually get him all the way up to Relic 8, but I stopped at Relic 5 for the time being. Also, I'll do a standalone. Okay, this I truly will do a standalone video. I know that I always say that I'll do a standalone video for things. I never do. I have the very first Relic 9 Zalbar in the entire game. I'm a huge fan of the Knights of the Old Republic series, and anybody who watched my Grand Arena streams from last season where we made top 10 yet again. No big deal, no big deal. Zalbar was Relic 5, and the reason why I like the character so much is that it's for this. When any other ally falls below 100% health, Zalbar gains Taunt and Retribution for 2 turns. So he's a perfect plug-and-play tank. You can drop him into any team, and he will just continually throw up taunts as other allies are getting hit and getting damaged. So he just throws up a taunt, gets in the way. And I used him primarily on a Newt Gunray team, and he got 2 holds in. Hold on, my screen just went black, so I apologize. Everything went black. So let me get reset here. Give me just 1 minute and I'll be back connected. Yeah, I still have to find a better solution for streaming, but this is what I'm doing it from my iPad onto my computer, and it's not always the most smooth, but I believe I am. The nice thing is the actual app doesn't crash, so a big reason why I use my iPad is because the emulator is known for lots of crashes, and I don't like the idea of being in the middle of a battle and then just dropping the battle because the app crashes. I would much rather have the screen go black and just not display on the stream, but the app is still running. So I still don't have the perfect solution. I have to do a little bit more research onto kind of a more stable way to display my iPad screen onto my laptop, but that's a conversation for another time. I don't want to take away from Zalbar. So yeah, at Relic 5 he was able to do some good work and get some holds, and I saw that in the entire game nobody has pushed Zalbar up to Relic 9, so I decided he does good work at Relic 5. I think he earned it, getting some holds on some pretty weak teams. So I pushed him up to Relic 9. It's first in the game. I'm proud to have done it. And I am 1000% going to make a standalone video within the next 7 days on Zalbar. So I thought what would be helpful is, I already did key adding. So I thought what would be helpful is to look at some of these other characters and apply their skills, and see what's worth giving Omegas or Zetas to. I'm probably never going to use Boba Fett's lead, so I'm not going to bother putting that Omega on there. And for this, Zeta, nice to have, but this is not. I mean, recover 100% protection on finishing blow. I mean, that's certainly nice, but I've got much more important Zetas that I need to be focused on. So for Iden Verso, so for the cost of 1 Omega, Iden can deal 3 instances of damage. So you're dealing triple damage, but you're not just dealing 3 times as much damage, you're actually dealing 3 instances of damage, which is nice. So I think that's definitely worth it. Healing immunity and stun can't be resisted by rebel enemies. That's good to have. I'm not sure that I need that at the moment. If no other allies have the leader tag, all non-droid Imperial allies gain We Adapt or Die for 3 turns. And We Adapt or Die is more crit chance, more offense, more speed. And they revive when they're defeated. If it's dispelled, recover 80% health and gain 80% turn meter. And can't be critically hit for 2 turns. So that's, for the cost of an Omega, that's insane. That's great value. Definitely do that. So this is an Omicron. I've got plenty. So I'm likely going to apply this one. It's for Grand Arena. As long as no other allies have the leader tag. Imperial troopers also gain 35% max health and max protection. Whenever an enemy attacks out of turn, Imperial trooper allies recover 20% health and protection, and they gain 10% turn meter. So it's very similar to a Padme. I think it's actually Padme's unique that does that, and then it does, but it's only protection. And I think they get protection up or something to that effect under Padme. So this is actually recovering the protection. So yeah, we want that. And then if no other allies have the leader tag, and all allies are non-droid Imperial troopers, when Iden is defeated, she revives at 100% health and protection. So yeah, we want that. Again, I'm really not sure how much I'm going to be able to do, because I really don't have my Imperial troopers really are not up and running. I mean, I've got no credits. I mean, what am I supposed to do, you know? Alright, so on a critical hit, grant another random bounty hunter ally critical chance up for 2 turns who does not already have it. I mean, that's fine. You'll want that on him. I'm not really using the Mandalorian in a bounty hunter team currently just because he's so weak at the moment. So this is nice. You can call an ally, but it has to be a bounty hunter ally. So again, I'm not really using him with bounty hunters, so I'm going to hold off for the time being on that. Again, these are all of these help with. So yeah, all of these are great, but I'm not using him in a bounty hunter team quite yet. So I'm going to save my Omegas for some other teams. An extra 10% damage, nice to have, but I'm not going to use it. Or I mean, I don't want to spend that right now. Yeah, so I mean, these are fine, but none of these are. This is a nice one. I actually have a lot of Zetas that I need to apply. So I'm probably not going to put that one on her at the moment. Jedi Training Ray. So this can deal a total of 50% more damage, which is nice, but it's conditional. Grant target other resistance ally foresight for 2 turns. That one is pretty nice, because I do have the veteran smuggler Han Solo, and I'll put some other resistance. I have nobody else really built up, but I can put a resistance team behind her, which is fine. Inflict daze and speed down for 2 turns in addition to everything else. So this is ability block and offense down, and this is adding daze and speed down. So I think I will add that. Freya, I would love to get her leadership. Her leadership is so good, I would run out of credits. I should have prioritized getting Freya up and running, because her leadership is so good. If you can get the Zeta applied, we need to get all the way up to level 82. And in order to do that, I just need too many credits. So I can spend all of my credits. That only gets me to 60. Let me see how many gems I have. I might just buy some credits. Get out of here. No, yeah, I don't have enough gems to justify it, so I'll have to go into this week pretty well hobbled, but it is what it is. I'm up for the challenge. We'll do our best to learn. So I've got a lot of Zetas. So this is a Zeta that I need to apply. When an enemy gains a buff, all 5 of first allies gain 2% offense, stacking until the end of the encounter. That's something that it's too good to not put on him. Okay. Then Mace Windu's another one who man, the Mace Windu rework, the fact that what is that buff? The fact that this resilient defense can be dispelled, I think really limits what he can do, so ended up not giving him Zetas, but this Territory War Omicron is worth it, in my opinion anyways. And I will yeah, these are good Zetas. I'm not going to apply them right now, I don't think. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. I'll look at what else I can do in ships. I would love to get an extra star on this, but yeah, I'm always just out of credits everywhere. So I really can't do too much more on ships. Bad Batch bundle. I don't know why it won't. Okay, there we go. Guild activity reward, I'll take that. And got 17 minutes. If I want to reconsider any Zetas. I really don't think that I do. I don't think I really need. There are no other Zetas that I'm thinking of that are super high priority. I think the biggest problem with Mace Windu is that putting him, I think this is probably the better Zeta to apply. Because thinking of Galactic Republic, like he would work okay on a Padme team. I mean, really, his home, I think, is going to be with Qui-Gon Jinn for me. It's either going to be with Qui-Gon Jinn or I'm going to use him as a generic tank if I need to stretch out more teams. So if I'm using him as a generic tank, this Zeta is not going to have any value. But this one will always have value. So I think we apply that one. And then yeah, I don't want to spend too many Zetas because I have a lot of other characters coming up who need the Zetas. I know I still have a Zeta on this basic. I may just want to apply this one now. I'll do that, and yeah, and then when I look at, because I've got the Zeta for Darth Treya, which is mandatory. I've got Jedi Training Rey, which she has several Zetas. I think 3. That's just an Omega. She's got 3 Zetas. And I think all 3 of these Zetas are really good. Yeah, all 3 of these Zetas are good for Jedi Training Rey and then Darth Treya, so that's right here, 4 Zetas. 5, we want that Cara Dune Zeta. And then Piet. So I don't have spare Zetas to give Mace Windu his final one. So I have to hold on to the other Zetas that I have and be able to apply them as I'm able to further gear up those characters. So with that, I'm going to sign up. This is my first GAC at Kyber. One thing that I did, I did change some mods, and I just want to double check those before I lock in. I kept saying that I was going to do this, but yeah, I got Chewbacca modded for tenacity. 161 total tenacity. I actually had him modded for protection before, so his protection came down quite a bit in favor of tenacity. I want to be able to very easily and reliably use my rebels to take out opposing General Skywalkers if needed, and getting tenacity on Chewbacca is critical for that. I'm not sure that I like having the tenacity main stat here. I think I can get better tenacity secondaries and still get him relatively high, because I really would like him to be pushing a little bit more damage. But we'll see how he performs. Not getting dazed, he's going to be more reliably assisting, so can't complain too much. And then I push Chupio's mods. I get up to 6 dot. So his tenacity is at 150, and that is without a tenacity main stat here. So he was able to keep his offense. So he's able to put down some decent damage. So we'll see how my rebels perform. I'll monitor their performance and make further adjustments. But that's what I'm going to try out. So I will sign up. And I'll be back on. I'll do a chill stream, I guess, later tonight, where I just use this tool a little bit more, plan out more of my teams. I don't know. It's gonna be rough. Once this locks in and I'm able to look at my opponents, I'll do the whole 9 yards. I'll scout them out. I will look at their history. I'll look at their roster, and so I'll plan my defenses that way. So this will be a journey. I'm excited to do it, and that's all I've got for the time being. I'll be back on later tonight. It's pretty boring, I guess, but if you watched, I hope you found something interesting. If you're still watching at this point, then you likely found something interesting in here, so I appreciate that, and